You're listening to the PNX Report.
PNX Report. PNX Report.
The PNX Report.
PNX Report.
PNX Report.
Live only on PNX TV.
Alright, so it's for a movie but once again by a platform so a PNX TV. So the news is still kicking in, and unfortunately, it be more straight, it be more so ill soon. Right now, news on our desk currently confirmed air patches Samuel Ofosu Ampofo. He has lost his race in the chairmanship position. Now, this might come as a shock. Initially, the chairman, the national chairman for the National Democratic Congress, whilst Nadam for Pa Asiedu Nketiah happens to hold the general secretary position. Now, things have changed. Apart from Nipa or call uncontested the ties of NDC have changed a little bit, with some people moving higher and others losing. In here, who said Otukuno losing his seat, Fifi Kweta be taking over as the general secretary. Who said Ofosu Ampofo, so we film racing, we lose Emma Asiedu Nketiah right now is the chairman, National Democratic Congress, almost chairman. So this particular ties, of course, Nana Penny Beshe, what we are hearing is that in September, announce the results and say, hey, beginning here can you say no? Come here, Ofosu Ampofo ne ballots no. Because can do 2,800 news and no 2,800 no foot or Asiedu Nketiah ne ballots no. Ye kind pa ne pound. Epa 3,000, 4,000. They say, hey, assembly. So the big question is what happened. Now, even before this whole thing, I want for people were saying that this more like Judas Iscariot's thing, because wo Asiedu Nketiah and you could have maintained your position, but you decide to go up and contest your boss, and the way you boss are sure. And Ofosu Ampofo so or didn't say two just and no the on to Emma General Mosquito only mean from bet the past said he's the boss, but unfortunately no. Ya Chen say Asiedu Nketiah is rather the boss. Now on the same tuja after during this whole debacle losing thing, Yanko na eti for Yanko ti a year near ma a year Yinua Bema Ofosu Ampofo other two and then Menoka say ye know if he are so.
The organizing committee of this Congress and all other organs of the party welcome you warmly to the Accra Sports Stadium for this historic event. I trust that at the end of our Congress, we will all make a merry feast. The 10th Congress of our party is significant for a variety of reasons. I will share a few of these reasons with you. We are having our Congress at a time when this country is going through a plethora of excruciating economic, social, and political challenges. For the first time in the history of our dear country, the hard-earned income and investment of hard-working Ghanaians and pensioners are being forcefully subjected to strange haircuts like Topio Joe and Backbush. 6 years down memory lane, Ghanaians thought they had voted for the new Patriotic Party MPP to provide economic management that they claimed they alone could deliver. Little did voters know that they had voted for barbers who only knew haircuts like Grace Jones and Punk. When the MPP touted persistently that we have the men, we never knew they had barbers. Now we see the mess they have plunged us into. They cannot even barber their own president, Akufo-Addo, properly, leaving him with a Sakura head. Fellow Katamansonians, another reason why our Congress is historic is that it is taking place at a time when Ghanaians agree on the monumental catastrophe that the Akufo-Addo Bawumia-led government represents. The teachers are saying the MPP is a catastrophe. Nurses say the MPP is a catastrophe. Truck drivers say the MPP is a catastrophe. Civil servants says catastrophe. The private sector say catastrophe. Aboso accounts purpose dealers say catastrophe. Traders say catastrophe. Barbers say, bankers say catastrophe. International rating agencies say catastrophe. Civil society organizations say catastrophe. Kaya say catastrophe. Okada riders say catastrophe. Galamsey say catastrophe. The media say catastrophe. Our traditional leaders say catastrophe. University don't say catastrophe. Religious organizations say catastrophe. Labor unions say catastrophe. Doctors say catastrophe. The Black Stars say catastrophe. Even the witches and villagers from Chepi say catastrophe. NPP's Akufo-Addo Bawumia catastrophe sentinel Ajibabia. The NPP catastrophic performance in government has been so repugnant that their own party could not stand the stench of their own rotten government. They started what looked like a cleansing and deodorizing exercise by demanding the sack of Ken Ofori-Atta as finance minister. Now the chief barber, that is the significance of the time in which we are staging a congress of our political party. Political leadership in Ghana has never in our history descended into the abyss in which we find ourselves today. The electorate has lost trust and confidence in the MPP government. The little that was left of trust was blown away when President Akufo-Addo looked Ghanaians in the eyes during one of his Sunday fellow Ghanaians broadcasts on television, national television, and told us that there will be no haircut on our investment. Only for the chief barber, Ofori-Atta, to announce the following week with clippers, scissors, razors, blade in hand, that there will be haircut. And that some haircut will even be with broken bottles. That was what the height of deceit. And that was the height of deceit that any government, any president and government could ever have engaged in, which was made even more hurtful by the fact that it was a very survivor that they were playing their games, our very survivor that they are playing their games with. Distinguished invited guests, fellow Akatamansonians, coming closer home, our Congress today is also historic because it is first following the bold and heroic turnout of our party executive, foot soldiers across the country in the 2020 elections. The zest and commitment with which you campaigned in the 2020 elections saw the great NDC almost winning majority of seats in parliament. The manifestation of that stellar performance of our party executives gathered here is a huge hang parliament, that we have, the first in the history of our country. Let nobody steal that hard work and achievement from you with any convoluted narration of related and inevitable events. Your tenacity on the campaign trail in 2020 enabled our indefatigable MPs to find a strong voice for the marginalized masses of our country whose interests we represent. I am proud of your exploits in the 2020 campaign. Even as my teacher said, there is room for improvement. I am delighted that as party chairman, I was the conductor of the orchestra with you as the choir that almost snatched parliament from the president. That was historic. In 2024, we will snatch not only parliament, but also the presidency from the MPP government, inshallah. Fellow party members, this Congress is also historic by all standards. For the first time in the history of this country and the history of our great party, We have a general secretary challenging his boss, the party chairman, for the position. We have witnessed the fiercest contest ever for the general secretary position of the party. The contest for national women organizers was ferocious, and that of the national youth organizer was brazenly hot. The embers of that are yet to cool down. The internal contests point to how democracy is beautiful within the NDC. It shows that our internal processes are working. I want our detractors to know that our party still remains strong and will come out of today's elections even stronger. The chairmanship contest between the party chairman and the general secretary will not destroy the NDC. We are all too strong and too intelligent for that. Let those false political prophets from the opposing side who are predicting Armageddon after today's election be clear in their mind that today will rather mark a renaissance of the great Akatamansonians.
You are listening to the PNX Report.
PNX Report. PNX Report.
PNX Report.
PNX Report.
PNX Report.
Live only on PNX TV.